What's going on, everybody? Welcome to World Wrestling Radio. I am your host, Niko Extra, coming at you live with my man, Mr. Vince, playing a little HBK. What's going on?
Man, I'm just I'm ready for tonight, man. Ready to talk some wrestling, and it's weird without Josh.
I know. Where's Yeti? Yeti, we missed you, man. Yeti. He'll be back soon. It's okay. We can go on without him. We will survive. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. All of you, feel free to ask any questions live. We will answer them to the best of our ability. Thought we'd start out with an interesting section here. Mr. Vince himself is a huge collector of wrestling action figures and
tonight's wrestling and movie props.
Movie props, belts. Instead of him showing me at 8:45, I figured I'd wait for you guys and you could see it live. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince, the floor is yours. Show us your awesome merchandise. Let's see what you've acquired. And for that, I'm going to give you the one and the only.
Bro.
Yeah. Bro. Welcome to Vince's one and only showcase of cool stuff. What's up, Broadcast? Thanks for joining us.
All right, so we all familiar with the first Jason Voorhees movie.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so I got two signed masks by Jason himself.
The Jason Voorhees?
Yes, Jason Voorhees. Just take a guess how much I paid for these.
I'm gonna guess something ridiculous like $20. I don't know.
$13 each.
$13 signed by Jason Voorhees himself.
Now these. Okay.
That's impressive.
Okay. What I'm going to show you is a actual used prop script from Alien Resurrection. Here's the certification. Okay. This is the half script, and you can tell by the wear and tear of it on the top. But it's a prop use script for like one scene, but it's like 6 pages for that scene.
Got the old 6-pager, huh?
6-pager.
What else you got? That doesn't interest me. It's not very cool.
I got a storyboard from the Muppets.
Let's see that. What you got going on?
Hand drawn.
Nice.
Terminator 2 fans? This is a drawing that was in the movie for the scene with all the demolition for 2025.
We'll play a little music while this happens. What you got? Keep it going.
I got one more thing.
Let's see it.
You remember I told you last week I got that Macho Man figure?
Yeah.
Here he is.
Oh, yeah. The Macho Man.
And it's signed.
Signed by the Macho Man?
Signed by the Macho Man.
Wow.
$50.
Damn. How much?
50.
Oh, my God. This guy gets all the deals. $50? That's not even right. That shouldn't even be. I mean, he's not even around anymore. All right. Nice showcase. Let's get straight into it. Let's go.
No showcase for you. I mean, I know you probably looked on Facebook for those deals and steals.
You see my showcase behind me, man. What more do I need than my belt collection? I'm just waiting for the right one to show up on Facebook, and it's mine. Whatever it may be, I'm going to gobble it up.
Now, listen, do you look in the morning or the afternoon?
I look like once every day, once every other day, just to see what's going on. Okay. I usually type like WWE or WWE belt because I don't want to miss out on like $150 belt because that'll happen.
It's already happened. You've lost out.
You got one? Did you get the NWA?
No, I stole that one. The
Intercontinental.
I stole it from you.
So I saw the yellow Intercontinental. I had a shot to get that bad boy, and I let it go. But
it was legit too. Like it was the 2.5 millimeter plates. Like it's the heavy duty one.
You can't buy them all. What are you gonna do?
I know.
All right. Extreme Rules, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Let's get straight into it. Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, WWE World Title. rumored to be a TLC match, tables, ladders, chairs. I'm sure it will be interesting at the least to see. You want the USA belt? Yeah, who doesn't want the new USA belt? That thing's beautiful. Hi, Julia. Thanks for joining us.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I think they dropped the ball in this match. I think this match should have happened 2 pay-per-views ago. I really do. I know those guys. I know Drew McIntyre was inquired. I'm sorry, Dolph Ziggler inquired Drew McIntyre at one point. So it reminded me of like
to be his muscle, yeah,
and Diesel. But I guess what makes me mad about this is the fact that they waited so long, and then they started the feud. And then it's like, now we're supposed to believe that this feud is still going on after, like, they stopped the feud. Drew won the belt. And then who did he fight last time?
I know he fought, he beat the crap out of Heath Slater last week, but the last pay-per-view.
That's the best. He beat the shit out of Heath Slater, and then afterwards they hug and kiss.
That's a really great point, Noah. I wanted to bring that up. Where is Otis? Is he avoiding the corona? I mean, like, that needs to be present at any time that could be cashed in, and he's nowhere to be found. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but it's a little annoying. Dolph should have shut up in general. Here's the thing about Dolph Ziggler. The man sells like there's no tomorrow. He makes everyone look good. He's been doing it forever. What do I think of the character belts of Bray Wyatt, Bret Hart, etc.? I hate the Bray Wyatt Fiend belt. I cannot stand it. I would never pay $500 for that.
To me, that looks like the stupid Daniel Bryan belt.
That's a piece of crap. The Daniel Bryan's piece of crap to me. The Bret Hart one, the Hulk Hogan one, the Shawn Michaels world title. This bad boy over here, that one with their own, that stuff's cool to me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't buy it unless you were a fan. Like, if you're not
JP's asking because he loves the eco belts. That's why he's asking. He loves it. But he's got JP. Vince has the belt that you want. He's got the Intercontinental. He's got both yellow and white, right?
Yeah,
the $1 million belt. That is a good one. That's definitely on my list.
You know what sucks about the $1 million belt? So on my Intercontinental, the black one, I have Ted DiBiase, I have Shawn Michaels, and I have Diesel all signed it.
Nice. That's awesome.
I love to have DiBiase sign the and it's so funny because DiBiase for the longest time. I don't know if you ever listen to the Monsters in the morning.
Sometimes, yeah.
So I don't know if you remember Russ put that MLW or no MWL or some shit wrestling organization.
Yeah, I remember.
The commissioner was Ted DiBiase.
Nice. That belt is beautiful, isn't it?
What?
The $1 million belt. Have you seen it in person? I've seen it in person. It's really nice.
I almost bought it at
one of the WrestleManias.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a lot of beauty to it, and even however many years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, it's still beautiful. So it's pretty cool. Trying to keep up, everyone. I'm the only one running the show here. So if you're able to, are you able to see the comments and change them? I'm going to try to answer everyone's comments as I host the show.
How do I change them?
Are you able to see the comments, though? The section?
I see the comments. I see the comments.
Click on in and click on the comments while I talk about the show itself.
No.
All right, Dolph. We got Dolph versus Drew. I don't think Drew's going to be dropping the belt, but I do think that the match is going to be good, and I do think there's going to be some sort of interference going on. I don't see Dolph just jobbing out like he did to our man Goldberg and just taking like 5 Claymore kicks and going home. There has to be some kind of bigger storyline to it, right?
Yeah, and I think he's going to hold the belt until WrestleMania, which is going to be interesting now because now they're talking about WrestleMania 27 not happening at Solo Field in Inglewood because it's not finished.
That was great.
What's wrong?
The belt is not great. Yeah, it's not. I don't know what's going to happen with this match. I mean, I think we both agree that Drew's going to be holding on to the belt for a long time, right?
I don't see I don't see anybody else right now besides Drew. And listen, I'll tell you this right now, and I know people are going to probably go crazy on me, but I compare Drew McIntyre to AEW's John Moxley. Like those two guys are great right now to hold the belt. Like,
oh, for sure.
There's nobody else right now besides Jericho. Like, I mean, everybody was tired of Jericho, so they switched it. I don't see anybody else. These two competitors could like. I don't see anybody else that could beat these guys for the belts right now as we're going on with this pandemic. Like those are the two guys that I think should hold the belts and hold them till, WrestleMania or double or was it Double or Nothing as their WrestleMania kind of?
Yeah. Double or Nothing is their form of WrestleMania, but I mean, Drew could possibly hold it all the way to WrestleMania. I mean,
I would love to see him do it.
They need that. It's been so long since there's been a nice long title reign because of the Brock Lesnar effect. The man comes in, swoops in, takes the belt, shows up once a month. I love to see Raw with a fighting champion. Drew, he entertains the shit out of me. He's on there every single week. He's cutting good promos right now. He can go in the ring. He's fighting his old nemesises. I love it. He's having beef with Ziggler and Slater and I mean, it's Jinder's going to, I guess he got injured, but Jinder would be showing up and it's just going to be, he's got a long way to go. And then eventually it's going to be Brock or Seth, like you said here. Broadcast says that Seth versus Drew in the future is kind of the direction we're going, in my opinion. I see Seth being kind of unstoppable with his crew, even though my theory is that he won't be around. We won't talk about that.
Remember this, once Becky Lynch has the baby, I don't see Seth being around for or even before that. I think after a while, I think towards the beginning of next 2021, I think you're going to see Seth slowly but surely fade out because of Becky Lynch having the baby. So I don't see him being around too much until WrestleMania. And then I think Becky Lynch and Seth are going to come back for Mania.
Who will he be putting over on his way out? I mean, it could be so many people.
Well,
does it lead to Dominic? Is that the direction they're going?
Oh, Dominic Dijakovic?
His son, Rey Mysterio's son.
I mean, I like to see the match. I just don't think.
Like, is that the guy that they're going to give the shot to and let him actually do this right now? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But I don't see. Listen, I look at it like this: if Dominic was going to get in the ring, don't you think they should have him do matches now to get him prepared, like mini matches on Raw? I mean,
not to get off topic, but Noah, like Adam Cole showing up to face Drew McIntyre one-on-one is going to look really weird. Only because I love Adam Cole to death, but the man is 5'10" on his good day, 155 pounds.
I missed that. Adam Cole showed up on Raw.
No, he's saying that's the match.
I was just saying. Hold on a minute.
No. He's saying that's what everyone wants to see. I'm like, it's just not going to pair up like you're thinking. So let's get into the ladies. There could be some changes going on for sure. We got Asuka taking on Sasha for the title and Bayley versus Nikki Cross. This could go many different ways. I mean, I think the inevitable is obviously Sasha versus Bayley for titles, but is it going to be Bayley 2 belts and Sasha Banks 2 belts and those straps and Asuka is going to drop the belt and Nikki Cross is just an afterthought, or is there going to be some major changes going on here?
I think right now, this whole storyline is just garbage. I'm tired of Becky Lynch. I'm tired of Sasha Banks. I'm tired. Honestly, I'm tired of seeing Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss with their stupid tag team. I just don't know. Where they're going with it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's definitely awkward to see the direction they're trying to go. I know they're crawling towards Sasha versus Bayley, but Bayley, I love Bayley, and I think her heel move was a great move. But at the end of the day, she's so over the top, annoying, obnoxious. She's like walking down the ramp going, "Everybody, like it's just like shut up." You know what I mean? Like it's Vicky Guerrero almost annoying.
I compare her to Vicky Guerrero coming out last night.
I can go ahead and talk about that. I don't mind bouncing around, but
oh my god, I don't.
Nyla Rose's new manager was revealed last night to be Vicky Guerrero.
Listen, if you didn't see that coming, I don't know what you're watching, because Vicky Guerrero has been doing AEW Dark for a couple months now.
Yeah,
and it's like, do I agree with Vicky Guerrero? No, because I honestly think it's kind of a slap in the face to Vince because of how how much history the Guerreros have with WWE. So for her, I mean, I understand that she wasn't hired anymore by WWE because of what's going on, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like nothing's going to change. It's going to be the same stuff she did in WWE. Like, I mean, she's using the same hashtags. Excuse me. So realistically, where are they going with this?
It's kind of sad, in my opinion, and I'm not even excited. Nyla Rose does not do it for me, and it has nothing to do with she's trans or any of that stuff. It's that she's not that great of a wrestler, and now she needs a mouthpiece to cut promos. It's just like, well, what's the real reason that she's getting the push? Is it for the reason that she's transvestite? Because that's unfortunate. It should be for her quality and her professional wrestling. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's a very good wrestler in the ring.
Oh, I can listen. I compare her to
Nia Jax.
Oh God. Both of them. I mean, listen, Nia Jax a real pure pretty girl, but just throw them both in the water. I mean, for God's sakes, do us a favor. I mean, okay, so you're part of the Samoan family, the Rock's your cousin. I get it. But I mean, it's kind of like Samoan Joe. Do you think we're ever going to...
Do you have an excuse me sound bit? I don't have one, but I'll get one, I promise.
For what?
Do you have an excuse me sound bit? We don't have one. We'll get one.
What do you think about what do you think? You ever think Samoan Joe's going to come back, or do you think he's just going to stay commentary?
Dude, Samoa Joe is Glass Joe. That poor guy gets injured he got injured in a commercial last time. He came back for a week and then got injured in a commercial. I mean, granted, it was a wrestling commercial. But
he's only good in TNA.
He was amazing at TNA. There's no doubt about that. I don't see Joe. I don't know how old Joe is, but I'd imagine he's late 30s, maybe even 40. And he doesn't have a lot in the tank to begin with. He's amazing in the ring. I've gotten the privilege of watch Joe grow up. I saw AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe in 2003. 17 years ago, I got to watch these dudes bang it out at the Impact Zone for 25 minutes in front of 700 people. I mean, these dudes could go.
But wait, behind the curtain or in front of the curtain?
Oh, in front of the curtain. Everyone was friends and behind the curtain.
No, but I'm saying, what did you watch the match?
Oh, I was always, I had a lot to do with the getting people to actually sit. I would work with Jimmy Hart and people like that to actually get butts in the seats. And I would be the person that would get the wrestlers' girlfriends, aka groupies, to sit close and be in and out. So, I mean, I was always, when AJ Styles came out, I was always front row, like walking around, making sure I was watching the match.
You probably bumped elbows with AJ, right?
The reality is once the show started, like I didn't have any responsibility because I had been working from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. to make sure the show got started. I was doing everything. I was sweeping the floors and I helped set up the Ultimate X one time. I mean, literally, I'm back there like, that's not me, but that's what needed to be done.
Like on the ladder?
Like the setting up the X to go up and the poles. Like I'm holding up the poles. That's 4:30 at p.m. getting ready for them.
You've probably done some cool stuff. Like you probably set up the 6-sided stage.
Absolutely. I've done everything. I walked by, and this is unfortunate because I didn't have social media, but I did walk by the AEW World Heavyweight Championship just sitting there, and I could have been like, holy shit. And taking
NWA?
I'm sorry, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Really?
Did I say AEW?
Yeah, you said AEW.
The NWA World Heavyweight Championship before the Impact title, the original, the one that Flair and everyone had, that belt. Dusty, everyone had that.
Who was like your go-to buddy to like chill and talk with, story-wise?
His name was Brian. He ended up becoming a referee. Brian, I think it was Brian Stifler was his name. But that guy,
like big on TV.
No, I didn't hang out. I mean, I was 20 years old. They looked at me like some
like
nerd.
You were a joke.
Yeah, like, hey kid, go pick up someone at the airport. Go pick up Abyss at the airport. You know what I mean? I wasn't.
I love the Ale House afterwards.
Oh, dude, the Ale House was packed. You'd see people waiting for hours to get. And the funny thing is, you and I probably crossed paths many times 15 years ago. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like
I was there. Listen, I got there. I was so good on timing that I would wait an hour or two after the show just to make sure they all ate. And then I would go right as they're paying their bill or leaving. And I've gotten like AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett. I got Kurt Angle. One time I saw Sting, but Sting wasn't having it. But you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, they're just people. So I mean, like,
Exactly.
I never fanned out. You know, I've become more of a picture guy for me.
Yeah, getting the picture lasts forever, and the memory sitting here talking about it isn't nearly as cool as having a picture of AJ Styles. But here's the reality: AJ wasn't very available for everyone at that time in the early 2000s. He would go home. He was a good married Christian man. I knew for a fact when all these rumors came out, AJ Styles wasn't going to be on that list because he's a good man and he's a family man. He loves his family, and he went home afterwards. He wasn't at the ale house flirting with all the girls like some other people were.
I mean, he'll be there once in a while hanging out with the boys, but you rarely saw AJ. Hey, real quick, let's get into this subject here, the graphic demic from this week's. I like the fact that Jericho pretty much like slapped WWE in the face with the ratings.
He did. He slapped him hard with the ratings.
Yeah,
let me see if I can pull this up. Look, dude, look at this. Jericho hit him with the Demo God t-shirt this week. Available.
Oh, no.
He knows how to take something and run with it.
Oh, God.
So great. I mean, to me, this is cheesy to be like, we're the 18 to 49 demographic, but like, this is war. I don't give a shit what any of you guys say. This is war to us. And especially to me, because NXT, Vince and I go to NXT every week. We've been going for years. And to see AEW
used to.
We used to go for years. But to see AEW whip NXT's ass every week is kind of shocking because we know the talent that NXT has. It's the way it's produced compared to the way AEW is produced. And collectively, him and I both agree that AEW is actually a better show right now. No doubt about it. And this doesn't surprise me when I see AEW winning by over 150,000 viewers because they had a better show last night. Let's be honest.
Oh, dude. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. And I wish Chris was on here. Anything with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, FTR, or Sonero, De Niro, and the other dude, anything with those guys, it totally crushes anything they're doing. Anything.
Last night, and let's just dive into AEW since that seems to be the elite show, if you will, no pun intended. But Young Bucks and Omega last night defeated the Jurassic Express, and we saw a little hints of the cleaner last night. You saw Kenny Omega basically beat the crap out of Marco Stunt afterwards, and a little heel side coming out. What'd you think of the entire segment, and what do you think of Kenny Omega overall? And what he's done in 2020, and what his direction is going for the future? So I knew about Kenny Omega this whole entire time for the last couple of years, but I didn't start following Kenny Omega from New Japan or earlier.
I started following him the year before he started going head to head with Jericho the year before. And I think even at New Japan, and they're like Wrestle Kingdom 12, Wrestle Kingdom 11, his entrances were amazing, like crazy stuff. Like, but even his matches with freaking Jericho at New Japan were just amazing. But the segment, man, you know what? I could have done without it, dude. Really, I honestly think like, okay, I'll give you Jungle Boy. I think he has a lot of potential, but like that little stupid guy, who is that? That little midget dude.
Marco Stunt.
Oh my God.
Can't stand him.
Oh Mike. And the way he talks, you would think he's 13 years old.
He is 13. How old is he? He's probably 20 some years old. But at the end of the day, Marco, he's a novelty. He's a novelty. He's the exact opposite of the Big Show. Instead of watching this nostalgic giant showcase, you're watching this young guy basically get his ass whooped because he does take some shots. Dude, Kenny Omega beat the crap out of him last night. And I've seen some nasty power bombs on him. Talking about paying your dues. He's doing it as we speak. Yeah, but you know what though? I compare him to Hornswoggle. They're never going to win a title, and if they do win a title, he's better than Hornswoggle.
Oh Jesus, no, dude, no.
Let's get into Moxley versus Cage. Taz threw the towel, and just like that, similar to the Brody effect. Their new acquirement, their new acquisition is irrelevant. I mean,
you know what pissed me off that match really is he fights similar to Brock Lesnar. Like you can't do nothing to him.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, you can't do nothing to him where he's going to look bad. Like, how many times did they go and reverse the stupid move to go into the freaking guard suplex? It's like, for God's sakes, Brian Cage has to go down at least a couple times. Like, why are you making this guy seem like he's the indestructible barricade? I mean, yes, he's a big dude. And yes, Moxley's smaller than him. But for God's sakes, if you want to make it seem like realistic, I mean, let the man. I mean, unrealistic would have been Moxley putting him in an armbar and winning. Really, a guy that big is going to lose to Moxley in an armbar? Come on, please.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And let's be honest, Moxley is not dropping the belt either anytime soon. Moxley's going to be holding that belt for a while because no matter who I thought Brody had a shot at winning it, but he was just a jobber at the end of the day.
That whole Brody, they totally screwed Brody.
They brought him in as the chosen one, and he lost his first match, and now he's fighting. I mean, he fought that Marco guy. He was beefing with him. I mean, it's crazy. So dropping the balls in needless is, and then what, the FTW title? I mean, what a waste of effort.
And I tell you what, I was never a Taz fan, not even ECW. Like, Taz was a suplex machine, but I feel like Taz to me was nothing to be afraid of. Like, when I watched Taz, it wasn't like, oh my God, is he gonna, like, I could have thought Tommy Dreamer could kick the shit out of Taz. Like, I never really liked Taz. And then when Taz came to WWE and made his appearance at the Royal Rumble, what was it? I wish Chris was here because he probably would have told us every little.
Yeah, he would have remembered.
I just didn't think it was that big of a deal. And now Taz is the manager, and it's like, Taz acts like a normal commentary, and then when he gets off commentary, he acts like this big hard ass. Like, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, if you're gonna freaking talk the shit, why don't you get in there and fight Moxley?
Exactly. Taz is way past his limit. Moxley would show him what's going on. I don't think Taz has what it takes anymore to get in the ring and do anything other than his stupid Taz mission move. He's not doing any belly to back suplex.
He had a career in WWE, did he? I think he did a handful of matches, and then he started being the commentary on Sunday Night Heat. And
he's really good at commentary, I'm sure he's going to be fine as a manager. But Taz never did it for me, dude. It was, and at the end of the day, it was that outfit. That outfit was so ridiculous. He wore the Andre the Giant singlet, and it was like did not work for me. I think, and the whole thing needs to change. The whole gimmick of the singlet, the underwear, like, dude, it's 2020. That shit ain't cool anymore. John Cena changed the game, and it needs to go away.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's ridiculous.
We are defeating the Lucha Bros. I tell you what, right now, I was biting my nails because I had this horrible feeling that the Lucha Bros are going to beat FTR, and I was thinking to myself, there's no, and here's another thing I thought would have been better. If FTR would have came out and saw that Butcher and the Blade were in their truck that they've been trying to get back, I think it would have been a better storyline if they went after Butcher and the Blade and then the Lucha Bros attacked them and brought it into the ring. But, I guess they have to, the Lucha Bros are going to beat FTR. And I was thinking to myself, there's no, and here's another thing I thought would have been better. If FTR would have came out and saw that Butcher and the Blade were in their truck that they've been trying to get back, I think it would have been a better storyline if they went after Butcher and the Blade and then the Lucha Bros attacked them and brought it into the ring. But, I guess they have to, the Lucha Bros are going to beat FTR. And I was thinking to myself, there's no, and here's another thing I thought would have been better. If FTR would have came out and saw that Butcher and the Blade were in their truck that they've been Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that? That was fucked up.
Dude, that was like, I said the question like 2 or 3 times. But real quick, FTR, I think they're doing an amazing job at AEW. I think them moving from WWE was a really good decision on their part.
Yeah, and the match itself was underwhelming. FTR and the Lucha Brothers do not put a gun on. They're so different the way they wrestle.
Oh, yeah, because one's high flying and then one tries to high fly, but it's like Keith Lee. Okay, Keith Lee can do high flying moves and backflips, but is he made to do that? No.
Exactly, and let's just be real about the whole situation. They shouldn't be losing. Lucha Brothers should not be losing to FTR like that. The FTR should still be fighting some jobbers the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Which is I don't even understand it.
I honestly I like seeing the storylines, man. I like to see what the Lucha Bros have. I wish they would break them up and do like, I tell you what, I seen Ray Phoenix and what's his name?
Yeah, I know his brother.
Yeah, I seen him wrestle in MLW at Glit nightclub in Orlando like twice. And I'm telling you what, they tore the house down. I mean, that was the best match on the card. So I would love to see that on AEW because I guarantee you that would kill for ratings. Cody defeated Sonny Kiss for the AEW TNT Championship. I tell you what, Sonny Kiss really had me like double looking like, is this a girl or a guy? Like realistically, I did not know.
And you're not sure the line is crossed with the feminism and the masculinity, but at the end of the day, Sonny Kiss is amazing in the ring, and Cody proved that. Cody is really representing week in, week out with these newcomers and the pretty much rookies, because you've been watching a while, and I think that's the first time you had seen Sonny Kiss compete, right?
Yeah, and I remember me and you were talking yesterday about me and you were talking about how I said to you that Sonny Kiss reminds me of like Velveteen Dream. Yeah,
and I had seen Sonny Kiss at Fyter Fest last year, so I knew that he could go and like
the Fyter Fest last year.
Yeah, anytime it's going to be around here, I'm going to go. And if you want to go to Jacksonville, we could do that too. You know, that's
man. Before I even nobody would go with me.
I'll go, man. Let's do it.
Dude. Was it a cool event to go see?
It was really cool to be there, and I had some really good seats. I spent like $90 and got just one really good close ticket, like first row. I was close by the entrance and everything. So not like we are at NXT.
Daly's place.
What happened?
At Daly's place.
No, it was at the in Daytona. It was at the
Ocean Center.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was awesome. It was a really good time. They put on a good show. So anytime it's around, we could definitely go watch it. So for us last night, it was the match. I know you didn't get to watch NXT, but just me putting this here, you can imagine what took place. Keith Lee faced Dominik Dijakovic. You and I have personally seen this match at least 20 times, but for those of you that have not had the chance to see these two go, they basically match perfectly in the ring and are able to do amazing things for big men. It's played out already because it's clear at this point that Keith Lee is better than Dominik Dijakovic, and no matter what Dijakovic does, he's not going to be able to be at the level of Keith Lee. Keith Lee will leave and go to SmackDown or Raw before Dijakovic gets a clean victory in the ring. In my opinion, that could change, and he could have his moment. But where do you see this whole feud going for one? I mean, I know Fight Forever happens and we hear it all the time, but do we really want these guys to fight forever? Because it feels like they do fight forever.
Like we said, I can't tell you how many times I've seen Keith Lee and Dijakovic wrestle a live TNA event, but I see them maybe going back and forth for like a match or two, and then I think I honestly see Keith Lee. I don't see Keith Lee leaving NXT anytime soon. And if they do, I feel like NXT is really hurting himself, because if you got rid of Keith Lee, who would you have? Dijakovic, Grimes.
Is Cole leaving, you think?
Oh, dude, Cole. Listen, the only reason why Cole would drop the title is because Cole is going to either Raw or SmackDown. And I wonder. Oh, Killian Cross. Okay, Killian Cross.
Karrion Kross.
Okay, I don't see the big hype on this guy. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I do. I think he's amazing.
But what I'm saying is, listen, the most amazing thing that's happened to NXT right now, and I don't care about your Karrion Kross or whatever his name is, the most amazing thing that's happened to NXT, and anybody can say this on the show tonight, was Adam Cole and Undisputed coming in from Ring of Honor. That I don't care. That is the biggest pop ever that is anybody's going to get. Because let's face it, nobody's going to top Adam Cole, and then bring in the other three, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. There's no way that Killian Cross is bigger than that. There's not. There isn't.
I think Karrion Kross is definitely money. I see Karrion Kross winning the NXT World Title this year. I see Karrion Kross being he's another one of those guys that's joining way too late. I don't know his age. If anyone wants to check, it's got to be mid-30s, and it's like it's his time. This is Karrion Kross's time to really make it happen. Noah, to answer your question, I personally think Undisputed Era fits better on SmackDown. But they could go to either show and really dominate because there's no stable that could stop them. If they're gonna move all 4 people up and they've been beating the crap out of people like we've been watching them beat the shit out of everyone at NXT, I don't see that happening. But that's just me.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like what wrestling right now and either SmackDown or Raw is missing, just like AEW, is a stable. There's no stable. And listen, I don't want to hear Becky I don't want to hear Bailey and Sasha. That's not a freaking stable. Okay.
Horsewomen.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you this right now. And I think you were there. Were you there when we did the last Mae Young Classic and it was the horsewomen squaring off with Ronda Rousey and her horsewoman?
Yeah.
Dude, they totally dropped the ball on that. That could have been a huge SummerSlam match. They totally dropped the ball on that.
What's going on with Shayna too? Like, where is she back? Is Shayna and I know we kind of skipped through like Raw and everything, but is Shayna back and is Bianca back? Or I heard rumors that they were like fillers for the week, and I hope that's not the case.
Well, I want to know what happened to Bianca Belair. Like, why do you bring Bianca Belair and then all of a sudden you don't use her anymore? Like, what's the story with that? I mean, if that was the case, you should have just left her on NXT. AEW or NXT could use a woman like Bianca Belair. Why? That's what I hate about WWE. What they do, like, I hate that Triple H grooms these people into like stars, and then they move up to the freaking big leagues, and then they totally shit on top of them. It's like, oh, here you guys go. Here's your contract. Shit.
Right.
And like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, why would you, dude? I'm telling you what, dude. No, like. I know he's long gone, but like, dude, when No Way Jose was at NXT, that freaking place was bonkers. Like, ridiculous, bonkers. I mean, even like Perfect Ty Dillinger.
You've been going for a long time. Adam Rose was bonkers too, and but
I'm just saying though, like, dude, the 3 biggest pops, I think, Adam Rose, Ty Dillinger, and No Way Jose. The 3. I mean, dude. How can you not get over by just 10? I mean, dude, the guy just went 10 and the place went fucking nuts.
Oh, no, the Perfect 10 was amazing. Talk about a dropped opportunity. I can't.
Dude, he's freaking amazing, dude. Like, they honestly took him and they shit on top of him, just like they're doing with the Authors of Pain. Authors of Pain were badass in NXT. Now they look like little puppies. They look like triple puppies.
And where have they been? They just injured? What's going on with that?
I don't know, dude. And you know what? That's another thing.
Part of Seth's Messiah crew, or
they were. Now you don't. I think one of them hurt. I think one of them's hurt. That's why. But I tell you this right now. That's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped watching Raw and SmackDown is for the fact that, you have such a great
COVID era.
Huh?
He called it the COVID era instead of like the Attitude Era. It is the COVID era.
It is. It's a really shitty time right now, man. I mean, like, listen.
I told him it's Roman Reigns, dude. I will say it right now. Roman Reigns is missed on SmackDown. And you can tell that the show is lacking star power.
They're missing big people like that. Like, let's put it this way: if we still had the Shield, if you didn't have Roman Reigns on SmackDown, I guarantee you would have Dean Ambrose. I guarantee you would. For
sure. Oh man, the Shield was so good to me. I just love the way they were brought in. That talk about done right. They were done right. And I don't want to. We skipped around, but I do want to not miss a match. I got to
tell you something real quick about the Shield. I remember one time I was at Raw, and I was at the stand getting freaking a soda and a popcorn. Dude, I kid you not, dude. I was freaking seconds away of getting nailed by a trash can.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude! All of a sudden, dude, I had a soda, a popcorn, and a hot dog. I turn around, dude, a trash can gets thrown at the freaking concession stands, and I'm like, "Wait, what the hell is going on?" And the security guard, I dropped my hot dog, I dropped my popcorn, I spill my soda all over my shirt, and they're like, "Get out of the way!" And I'm like, I went to the WWE management and I said, okay, who the fuck's going to pay for my shit I just bought? I don't give a shit about your show. I want my hot dog, my popcorn, and my soda that I spent $30 on.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude, I legitimately pissed.
That I would have loved to have seen that, by the way. I would have paid money for that. My wife and I went to the Royal Rumble when it was Roman was number one and AJ Styles, that whole thing.
That was here, right?
Yeah, that was here. But we had really good seats. We were on the floor, and she had went to the bathroom, and fucking Roman Reigns walked right next to her, and she's like, that one dude with the long hair was just standing next to me, and he like gave me one of these and kept walking, and I was like, Roman Reigns? She's like, yeah, oh yeah, that guy, and I'm like, like you were just standing next to basically the main event of the show at that point. I mean, crazy.
That's funny.
It's just the moments that happen. You never know. Jon Moxley over Dean Ambrose. Do you agree with that statement?
Jon Moxley over Dean Ambrose?
Yeah, character-wise.
Yes. Wait. Yeah, Jon Moxley over Dean Ambrose?
Yeah. Yes. I think I'd agree with that. I'd say the Jon Moxley character is pretty strong.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. I feel like you don't have Dean Ambrose trying to go back and forth with, am I friends with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, or do I hate him this week? And that's what it was. It was like a tug of war with those guys.
Right. For sure. Let's get into the Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt.
Dude, I hope that's going to be a good match. Is
it going to live up to the hype? What's going to happen?
I'm kind of thinking, like, what's the deal with this match? Like, I mean, I'm liking these like novelty matches that they're trying to do, because I mean, let's face it, watching wrestling and at the PC with the crowd of NXT is just not doing it for me. Like,
it got old real quick.
Oh, real quick, like what, like these, like, and I love, I don't know if it was Jay or Chris that said it, or maybe you said it. These are the up and coming NXT stars that are banging and screaming in the crowd.
For sure.
It's funny.
And it's not a pretty sight.
No, it's not.
Don't you think it's kind of scary to a certain extent to know that that's the future going on?
Oh yeah, because I mean, let's just face it, dude. I feel like there's only a handful, maybe even 10 wrestlers in women wrestling that have talent in NXT, and I feel like maybe 5 of them are in the crowd, and I see them every week.
What's next for the Velveteen Dream? Well, if rumors are true, Velveteen Dream is shit out of luck in life. We're not going to speculate, and we're not going to go there. I'm going to move on to the next topic, but I think he could potentially be in trouble, and you can go on Twitter and probably Google and anywhere else to find more about that details. For legal purposes, we're going to skip that one for now. Cinematic match, Boneyard, Firefly Funhouse, Bray Wyatt, Swamp match. Is this going to be another one of those things that's not cool, or what? What's going to happen with this?
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I'm kind of scratching my head about. Are they going to do a swamp match that's lit by lights that you know that it's like a baseball field? Or are you going to do a swamp the right way, where it's like you're going to light them perfectly to where it's like a horror movie? You know what I mean? Like, because if you overlight the characters, you've ruined the cinematic look. So
don't you think the Adam Cole Velveteen Dream with the circle with the lights kind of that set that up perfectly to be well lit?
Well, I think that was more of like God, I can't think of the shot of a movie that did that, but I think that was more. I mean, let's face it. If you see any brawl movie, like I even think Fight Club has a scene where they do a fight in a circle with cars. You know, I think what threw that match off really was the fact that there was a big light over NXT that night that made it lit, and I feel like the car lights. I somehow feel like they dimmed them too light to where they weren't. But I mean, the match was good. I feel like when you leave the circle of cars that had supposed to be a match, and you go and like fight, I don't know, on top of it like a park bench, then that's not a brawl anymore. That's a street fight.
Right. And is it going to be literally, and I did see I had like kind of the insider scoop. I was at the 7-Eleven and I saw a WWE truck kind of make a right on the 408, knowing it's leaving the Performance Center. So I'm like, they're going off somewhere to film this, but did they go to the Everglades or did they take this some? I mean, they didn't go to actual Louisiana.
No, dude, I'm telling you right now, there's so many secret swamp.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I found out they shot the other one in Lakeland almost.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I imagine. It went to like Lakeland or somewhere around there.
Honestly, if you look back at that really wasn't a boneyard match. I mean, what they had one scene where they were in a graveyard, and the rest they were fighting on top of a fucking supposedly abandoned house. You know what I mean? Like, what graveyard do you know has a house in the middle of it? None. I've never seen a graveyard house. I've not seen one.
Yeah, they're going to put on the best match they can possibly put on for the circumstances they're given. Let's be honest. He's always entertaining, Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman's his own character, but Bray's going to put on a good show. Yeah, and I did hear rumors, and I don't want to spoil anything. Just shake your head yes or no if this is a story you have in there. I've heard a rumor that the whole character with the mask is done. Like they're gonna stop that. The Fiend?
Yeah, I heard the mask for some odd reason either scares too many kids or the fact that with everything going on, they're gonna stop the mask.
Yeah, this is news to me. W Bucks is like, what? I'm totally shocked as well. This is the first I've heard of this. So
if you guys can look it up. But I read it and I read it.
World Wrestling Radio.
I've seen it on 2 different sites on Facebook. Which, all right, hold on a minute. I know you're all gonna freaking get on me when I said Facebook, but I know you can't believe everything on Facebook.
We got all kinds of people from Facebook over here. So
no, but I'm just saying though, like you know how you see like stupid stories like, oh, so and such died, and you click on it, and it's like, no, they're still alive.
What do you think about Mysterio and Rollins eye for an eye match? Obviously, this same scenario was played out 6 months ago with Jericho and Mox with the eye for an eye, but the storyline is interesting to say the least. How do I put this? Does Rollins end up with a fucking eye patch or not? Is this how this thing's going? Because if Rollins is an angry guy with his glove and his eye patch, I'm going to love his character even more. But Mysterio and Rollins can't be walking around with eye. There's not enough room for 2 eye patches, damn it.
Here's the thing about this that I think is stupid. An eye for an eye match. It's not like a hair versus hair match where you actually show the other person getting shaved. Are you actually going to show either Seth or Mysterio taking a scalpel to somebody's eyeball? No, you're not going to see that. So what are you going to do? Poke him in the eye with a pool stick? I mean, come on. How stupid is this match?
I just can't wait to see him like, oh, this is like Neuro said, this is blasphemy. Oh, you took my eye. Damn you. I'm so angry. It's going to be hilarious.
You know, and then this whole bullshit of Mysterio there and then not there. He's not at the Performance Center. He's been doing all these remote from his house because
right.
I'm just like, you know what, dude, if you're going to do a storyline, do it right. Don't have the man call in from Zoom and do a Zoom call.
He zoomed him.
I mean, I'm not
take his eye.
I'm not watching wrestling for Zoom calls. I'm watching wrestling because, hey, you're going to come to the ring, you're going to come out there, and you're going to beat the shit out of somebody. You're not going to call me on a Zoom.
A Zoom threat. That's awesome.
So Mysterio and Rollins, I'm honestly, I'm not really looking forward to it. Like,
yeah.
You're not getting the Seth Rollins that faced Triple H at WrestleMania 34. You're not getting that Rollins, okay? You're getting this mystique, laid back, like I am this Messiah guy he's not doing high flying Seth Rollins moves. He's keeping it casual, and that's not the Seth Rollins that I want to see.
Do you think he loses or what? Seth is going to lose to Mysterio this time around?
Here's the thing, though. This is what you have to ask yourself. How many more matches does Mysterio have? Does Mysterio win this match and retire, or does Mysterio lose this match, get his other eye taken out so he's blinded now? He comes out with a cane like this.
He's blind from now on. I love it.
And his son comes and like...
I will avenge your eyes, father. And then he loses both eyes, and they're walking around with no eyes. This could get out of hand really quick. Seth ain't losing their way. I agree with Jay. I don't think Seth is going to be losing to Rey Mysterio. I think there'll be shenanigans like always, and whatever his name is, Sethi Rollins, Messiah, will pull off the victory.
Here's the shittiest match of the whole entire night. The last one we haven't talked to. The worst match on the whole entire card. Okay? Apollo Crews versus MVP. Who in the hell wants to see MVP wrestle a match that honestly, I saw MVP a couple months ago at Glit Nightclub again when he was at MLW. The man can't even do his moves because he has a bad back.
1, 2, you hear the talk, tick, tock. Look, the guy can cut a promo. He should not be in the ring. Why is he walking around with the title? The shit's so annoying to me to see him with the brand new title walking around his waist.
You know what they're doing? You know what they're doing?
What's that about? It's not even prestigious if he's walking around holding it. And let's be honest, this is not about him winning. He's going to lose to Apollo Crews. And
How many times have they done this with like Shawn Michaels and the belt? Or like it's like, what are they going to do? They're going to do like a 2 belt for a while, then they're going to do a ladder match to win both belts. I mean, come on.
Oh, I hope not.
Come on. That's what we have to the wall. That's what I want to see, goddammit. I want to see a good freaking ladder match. That's what I want to see. A classic ladder. Not a Money in the Bank ladder match. Not a contract match. A good ass old school WrestleMania 10 Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. That's what I want to see.
Well, we are getting Dolph and Drew TLC. That could potentially be a banger. W Bucks agrees with you. He wants that same thing, a true ladder match.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, the last great ladder match I remember, to my knowledge, was like Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon, where he did the elbow through the trash can. Like, I mean, like, what was the last great match in a ladder?
Well,
watch that match on the network. I don't know who he's talking about.
You're right. I mean, honestly,
it doesn't take place. Everything's been TLC and Hell in a Cell and Extreme, bloody iron walk, kill yourself, like hand match. It's just been insane.
You know what I really enjoyed, and they should do it again. I mean, I know it was right for that time because it was Taker versus Kane, but like Fiend, what if he did like a Fiend, like a Fiend, like fire match, like they did for Inferno match?
Yeah, that's the kind of direction that could go good. I mean, you blew my mind away saying the Fiend could drop his gimmick with the mask. That would break my heart because it's such a great gimmick.
Listen, I don't care.
10-year-olds like,
Listen, I don't care about what you say or all these people on here say about his freaking character. I think this Mr. Rogers Blues Clues act that he's doing is just a dumb act. I mean, who in their right mind wants to fucking see a grown man talk to a bunch of puppets and then have a cardboard box set behind him? I mean, what are we in 3rd grade, folks? Why don't we bring out the crayons and the coloring book and we can all sit there and draw the picture? I mean, come on, really, honestly.
Do you like the Dude Love character though? Because he's got the Mick Foley thing going on. The Dude Love, the Mick Foley, the Mankind. He's got
leave it alone. Let Mick Foley do his characters. I mean, for God's sakes, listen. When Dude Love came out, and he came out, I thought he was a little fruitcake. But he pulled it off. He did a good job.
I really I think the promo wise, I think the Funhouse is actually really fun. I think the wrestler, Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt, is not for me because he's not dominant in any way, shape, or form, and he always relies on the Fiend. But this new, if the Bray that I think is going to come out tomorrow, the Swamp Bray, the hey, remember me with the lantern, like that dude was a badass. In case you forgot, and they dropped that character for nothing. You love the Muscle Man? Okay. Who's the Muscle Man?
That was I miss the old Hawaiian. I miss the whole Hawaiian Bray Wyatt.
He said the puppets are his internalized thoughts. That's pretty interesting and deep. If that's true, Wick Course, I didn't know that. I didn't look that deep into it.
I mean, I get it, but again, it's like okay. I'll give y'all a scenario here. How many people really enjoyed that Funhouse match? Like You know, like I told you guys, you know what really made me
horrible. Yeah.
You know what made listen, and I know but you know what really gave me like a Woody was to see the old school blue metal cage from the 90s and then the Saturday Night banner. That was it, folks. That was
fun.
it.
That blue cage was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Okay, so thinking of the blue cage, what's the first match that comes to your mind?
King Kong Bundy on Hulk Hogan.
Me too. Same exact.
King Kong.
I think I watched it live Saturday night in awe, going, "Oh my God, Hulk Hogan's going to finally lose."
I mean, I remember. I think the Boss Man did a match with us. Oh no, you know another match I can come up to. I think it was
Boss Man was in something, right? Something memorable.
Oh yeah. It was the Mountie match. It was going to jail. Yeah. Hit the Mountie. What about
fired?
Yeah. What about Rude and Ultimate Warrior in the cage?
Do your Vince McMahon impression. He wants to hear it.
You're fired.
I love how Jerry King Lawler like so surprised, like what? Like really?
Here you go, Noah.
No chance.
That's what you got. We love Vince McMahon. To me, Vince McMahon, he said that's cheating. He wants to hear your real one.
Oh, you're fired.
It was me all along, Austin. I love. To me, I'm honestly, to God's honest truth, when Vince McMahon passes, I'm going to cry. The dude is such an important part of what I love. I mean, look behind me. It's WWE.
Yeah, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna cry for the fact that I think WWE will be doomed because I feel like either Stephanie, Shane would sell, and Triple H would actually go on to produce a great show. But I gotta tell you, man, and if anybody has seen McMahon the last couple times he's been on, he really hasn't looked good, or he really, and he didn't really. It didn't really seem like him. Like it seemed like it was a laid back, I don't give a shit, let's laugh kind of Vince McMahon. It wasn't like a serious Vince McMahon. And to me, that's kind of like a slap in the face to all of us. Cause it's like, you know, like you hear all these rumors. Like I heard another rumor yesterday that Vince is talking about taking the pay-per-views off the network and making everybody pay for them again.
I heard that as well. That would be horrible.
It's
ESPN
like,
or some shit.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Okay. This is what drives me nuts. People still pay $70 to $80 to watch pay-per-view over $10 on the W Network. Like, are you have a brain tumor? Like, what is wrong with you folks? Like, I don't get it. Why pay for the pizza if you get the pepperoni for free?
Yeah, it baffles me as well, but that's just the way it is, man.
I mean, I scratch my head going, what's the deal with this? I mean, but then I tell you what, dude, I told everybody this, and I'm not going to be surprised if it happens. McMahon's going to sell to a big network, and it's going to be over. He's going to sell to Fox. He's going to sell to ESPN. It's going to be over, folks. It's good, and then it's going to be like every other like watered down event. It's going to be like so campy, you're not even going to want to watch it anymore.
Because you say that, you know, Vince McMahon's going to ruin everyone, but the reality is, if Fox gets a hold of it, you think that Adam Cole's not going to be used properly by Vince McMahon? Wait till you see how Adam Cole's used by Fox TV, and they go, no, he's not going to work, and they just fire him. And the next thing you know, he's on AEW. I mean, it's going to be a completely different thing when they start answering to corporate.
I honestly think there are some wrestlers that should stay in AEW. Like, I think they should have, like, okay, to me. And like, I know people say like, oh, they're doing this as a favor. It's like, no, okay. It's not a favor. If you put me on the main roster, you make me win the Universal title. I give it up because I hurt my leg. I get the Intercontinental title, and then you send me back to NXT. That, my friend, is a slap in the face. Like, it's like, okay, so you have nothing for me on the main roster. So let's put me back to where I started in AEW. It's like, really? That's all you have for me?
Yeah, it's kind of insane the way it's going. Let's get off this Mysterio too. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Let's get into the news. We are at the 1 hour mark. Thank you so much, everyone who's been putting up with our shenanigans. WWE still planning on holding WrestleMania 37 in California. Actually, I didn't do my news. Hold on. And now it's time for the news. Let me do it in my Vince McMahon voice.
Hey, real quick.
Now it's time for the news.
Real quick, can we hit a commercial real quick so I can grab a water?
We're at an hour, buddy. Let's just knock it out.
Just hit it.
All right. We're going to be back in 10 minutes. We're going to talk news. We're going to hit our minute commercial. And we'll be right back, everyone. And we're back. 60-second brief meeting. We're going to knock it out, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of us. We've really enjoyed the show. Yeti, you're missed dearly. Hopefully you'll be back next Thursday. In the meantime, Vince and I holding it down. Let's get straight into the news. WWE still planning to hold WrestleMania 37 in California next year. I did hear speculation that it could potentially be in Tampa again. However, WrestleVotes is saying that they are going to go ahead and have it happen in California, and the Tampa event is just going to be skipped. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't see how you're going to hold an event in a arena that's not finished unless you're going to hold it in the parking lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it kind of has to go, right? What's up, Kevin? Thanks for joining us, man. Good to see you.
Or go back to
one of my TikTok buddies.
Go back to what's Santa Clara?
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, I'm going to WrestleMania regardless, and I hope I see each and every one of you there when we're there. I'm sure Vince will be joining me regardless if it's in California or Tampa. We'll be on a plane flying or going there, but at the end of the day, I hope it's locally. I hope it's in Tampa for financial reasons. Hey, Donald, Tessa Blanchard, is she coming to WWE? I've heard the rumors that she is.
She should have been there. She should have been there when she wrestled. They should have gave her a contract right after the Mae Young Classic. I'm ashamed by WWE that they didn't give her a contract. Like she could have been a huge star right now in the storylines going on. She could have been. And
she would have been up there with the Becky Lynch. I mean, she would be fighting Asuka right now or whatever. So, I mean, it's really unfortunate, and I don't know what's going on about her as far as her personal life outside of professional wrestling. I've heard lots of rumors. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining. That's my mother-in-law there. Thanks for joining us. I want to see her in AEW, honestly. I don't think Tessa Blanchard can do what needs to be done in WWE. I think WWE has more than enough female wrestlers, and I think that AEW is desperate for them. I watched Allie and Brandy Rhodes last night fight two jobbers. Actually, they fought MJ, who was on my bus when we went to the Performance Center. You had Shotzi Blackheart on your bus. I had that MJ girl on my bus, and I saw her got her ass whipped last night. It was pretty funny, but I don't know.
Shotzi was.
Blanchard versus Britt Baker is not the match I want to see because Britt Baker is not the wrestler that you want to see in the ring, in my opinion. News number 2. Dave Meltzer's mentioned that Bianca Belair was on Raw as a replacement for Liv Morgan in Ruby Riot's match with the Iconics. Is this true? Liv Morgan didn't make it for whatever reason and Bianca Belair filled in, or was it her moment in the sun to do the show?
I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't see what the big hype about Liv Morgan is. I mean, Liv Morgan was good at NXT. You bring her on the main, roster, and then you change your character from a kooky Harley Quinn to like a straight Black Widow, and it's like, to me, it's like where are they trying to go with her? Like, I feel like they're I feel like there's way more potential in Bianca Belair than there is for Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know why I believe Vince McMahon just shelved her because at the time there wasn't a spot for her to be dominant. And I think she did do well in the ring. She got to showcase her abilities, and her abilities are always going to be a superior physical athlete in the ring when it comes to her. And quite frankly, Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair in the ring would not be a great as match as you think, because Liv Morgan is all hype to a certain extent. She's decent in the ring, but she needs a lot of work still. Ruby Riott totally being underutilized in my opinion too. She's another one who's just not getting the deserve. She's jobbing out to Iconics, and it's just kind of, where are they going with any direction with these girls, you know?
Ruby Riott, I feel like she would go good with Ruby Riott would be good with God, what's her name? Who's Jay's girl?
Shotzi?
No.
Ruby Riott and Shotzi Blackheart would be a good tag team. I agree. Jay's girl. Jay doesn't have a girl. He dreams about Rhea Ripley, I'm sure.
Ripley, yeah.
Oh man, Liv should put up the women's tag division. Yeah, I could see Liv and Ruby Riott winning the tag for sure. That's the kind of direction she needs to go.
Yeah.
Tokyo Sports article indicated Kairi Sane will be returning to Japan. An announcement expected around SummerSlam. Is this big news for Japan? She's been making her mark in the WWE. Does she go back as a total star now? Or what's the future hold for Kairi Sane? I mean, she has the best elbow in the world, but other than that, where does she go?
I've heard the story for weeks now. I've heard that she wants to be closer to her husband, so she's going to have a match with Asuka, and that's going to be her last match, is what I've heard. They're
saying she's staying. I didn't hear she was. Who is her husband? Is it Evil? No, who is it?
I have no idea who her husband is.
Yeah, someone over there. If you know who her husband is, please let us know in the comments so we can talk about that. I think Kairi Sane needs to make the move back to Japan. I think she's lost in the mix between Io Shirai and Asuka, and Vince McMahon is a very simple person at the end of the day. I can totally hear him saying, I don't see 3 Japanese stars or 3 8. He's that simple, and that's just all it takes. And she gets hurt a lot. She's been in the matches that are not a good look for her, and she's not coming out on top. The real and Noah, I totally agree with you. Where's Shayna Baszler fit in all this picture? Is she going to be winning gold and be this dominant person that she needs to be? And let's take this a step further. Does Ronda Rousey come back?
I think Rousey's done. I don't see anything that Rousey can come back for. I mean, like, I honestly think it was a slap in the face for WWE to use Ronda Rousey for, what was it, 2029 she came with The Rock. And then 2 years later, she's at the main event with Charlotte and Becky. And it's like she has a 1-year run, okay? A 1-year run, and then she's gone.
The run of her life, right?
Yeah. She had a 1-year run. And then if you recall, she was at almost every other night. Every night she was at the Mae Young Classic. And then that's when they started the whole, let's do horsewoman versus horsewoman. And nothing happened. So
yeah, she totally dropped the ball on that whole thing.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything they can do with her. I really don't. I mean, the only person
nailed it right here. She should have beaten Becky, but instead she jobbed to Becky after dominating at the Elimination Chamber. Like, that was a horrible decision made on the behalf of the creative writing. I don't know who dropped the ball there, but the ball was definitely dropped.
The only thing I can see her doing, which would be really cool, if she went up against Shayna.
And that's the only direction it can go.
I mean, really, Shayna's the only person that I think that can handle Becky or Ronda, because they're both ex-UFC fighters.
Yeah, it would have a good match actually. Putting it on, it would be a clinic, and as far as physical confrontation goes.
Yeah, I don't see. Listen. I could have told everybody this right when I saw it that she's not going to be around for a while.
I knew it too.
I'm very surprised she lasted a year, and she's kind of like a what's the dude that came from the Patriots and he was there for what, WrestleMania? Then he freaking
Gronk.
Yeah, he's
Super.
Listen, she's more talented than Brock, but I think they brought her in because she was a name. She had nothing going on, and they knew they can draw big numbers with her if she came on Raw. That's it. That's all they used her for, was the numbers.
Absolutely. And she worked. It worked for ratings because I was happy. I don't care who you were. When Ronda Rousey came out in the beginning, you didn't change the channel. You wanted to see what she was going to. You found out very quickly she sucked at promos. She was decent in the ring. She did learn a lot in that 1 year period. I think she was an absorption of knowledge and ability. And if she kept with it, she would be a great wrestler. But she looks at wrestling completely different than everyone else because she was given the red carpet the entire way. She's like, oh, wrestling's so awesome. I just go in and win the world title and I'm undefeated. And, oh, okay, I'll lose one match and then take a year off. That's not how wrestling works. You grind your ass out. You job out to fucking Warhorse on the indie circuit. And she didn't get any of that. So who's the guy from MMA that they brought in to fight Brock at Saudi? Oh, Cain Velasquez. He came and left quicker than.
Yeah, because they fired him. Then they got rid of him. They couldn't pay him. Listen, name one wrestler that you watched growing up that you had to turn on the TV every Monday. Every Monday.
Oh, The Rock, by hands down. When The Rock in the 90s, for me, Stone Cold, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, those guys, I could not miss it. And after that,
I'm going to say just one of the whole list. Just one. Yes, the first one, Stone Cold. Stone Cold was the only man that I turned the TV on and said, what the hell is Stone Cold going to do this week with McMahon? I mean,
the greatest character of all time. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, who wants to not beat up their boss?
He stumbled on gold with that stunner on McMahon. They rode that all the way to the end. Stone Cold, and let's be honest, The Rock versus Stone Cold, they brought the best out of each other.
I mean, I can't lie to you. There were times that I said, "Oh, what's The Rock going to say this week with his?" I mean, some of the
promos,
stuff,
right?
I'll do some of the stuff that he came up with the one was like, God.
When he did the Taker, yeah, and then when he cut the promo on whole NWO.
No, Nation of Domination.
No, when he cut the promo on Hogan, Hall, and Nash.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like, hey, you big man. Oh,
yeah.
Rock over Austin. This is going to be a question forever. Hey, Rucker, thanks for joining us. Rock and Austin, it was two of the greatest at the same place at the same time. And no matter what you say, we're the fans that got to enjoy that special match because that's not going to happen again. Seth and Roman is by no means Rock and Austin.
Huh?
Like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns today would be the Rock versus Austin. It's just there's no comparison. See, it's even 50-50 here. It's Rock or Austin. Who's better?
Because if you weren't watching Rock and Austin or Stone Cold with McMahon, you were on TNT on WWE Nitro finding out what the NWO is going to do next. Those were the two biggest highlights of the 90s was NWO or Stone Cold and The Rock or Stone Cold and McMahon. That was it.
So good. And it was so good. It's such a great time in wrestling, and it's quite frankly it's shitty now compared to that. You know,
oh, dude, I would give my left testicle to see Rey Mysterio versus Dean Malenko or Chavo Guerrero or Ultimo Dragon or any of them fucks wrestle again. Like I honestly would, because that's what we're missing in the cruiserweight. You're missing Ultimo Dragon. You're missing. I mean, even stupid Alex Wright or Disco Inferno. I mean, even watching those stupid. Yeah.
You caused a riot in the comment section. I love this. This is amazing. I want to thank everyone. We've had well over 150 comments tonight, so thank you so much for interacting with us. This has been great. We're at an hour and 15 minutes. We got way off topic. This is awesome. We love you guys so much. We will be back next Thursday. I want to have one last thing to talk about because we skipped over it.
Yes. Heart Foundation is overrated. Now hold on, real quick. Frankie J.
This one. What do you feel about this one?
Well, hold on, real quick. Frankie J. Are we talking about Heart Foundation with just Brett and Neidhart? Or are we talking about Brett, Owen, Pillman,
Davey Boy?
Which
it's got to be the four, not just the two, not the tag team.
I don't know, man. The tag team, dude. Even the tag team were overrated too because they.
He's saying.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's a poor man's NWO. I love it. You guys are hilarious. All right, let's talk about the final match. We're going to send it off. We're going to talk about one more match. To me, it's a very special match. Let me hit his music.
Bro.
The bro that runs the show versus the face that runs the place. AJ Styles and Matt Riddle are competing tomorrow on SmackDown for the Intercontinental title.
Why? We already know who's going to win the belt.
You think he's going to win the belt?
If he doesn't win the belt, if he don't win the belt, there's something wrong. There's no way you're going to make him undefeated for the next 3 weeks and then make him lose to AJ Styles again. There's no way. There's no way.
I don't think he's winning the belt. I really hope he does, but I don't see bro winning. I love that you think that, and I think that that's possible. Matt Riddle, they're gonna have a great match, dude. Matt Riddle and the bro. This is gonna tomorrow. Everyone's gonna get a treat because they're gonna see exactly how great Matt Riddle is. We already know AJ's amazing, but you're gonna see exactly how great Matt is tomorrow, and he could win the belt. I don't think it's gonna happen. No, Gallows and Anderson return. No way, Noah.
They've already, they've already signed with TNA or TNA. They've already had shirts with Impact Wrestling on it. There's no way.
Frankie J, I totally agree with you. I don't see AJ losing 2 straight to Riddle. Actually, AJ won. He beat him, didn't he?
No, he lost. That was his first match.
You're right, bro. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why. AJ's going to move up and he's going to fight for the title in the next couple of pay-per-views. That's why he's going to lose. I'm telling you.
It's definitely possible. No doubt about it. I'm going to be hyped as hell if the bro wins as well. If this happens tomorrow, it'll be one of those moments where I'm like, I'm going to fucking jump up down. I'll probably text you and be like, holy shit, he did it. But I don't see it.
Nothing is good. Nothing is as better as us in the NXT zone and seeing bro come out in the crowd.
Hang out with us. Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that last time they were there? It was him and Pete Dunne. They came up where we were sitting.
We were hanging in the section camera side, and he came up and
I'm like, oh shit, there's Matt. It was dude. I'm telling you, listen. I understand there's a lot of people watching out there that are not from Orlando, but if you ever, I've met a lot of people going to NXT that fly in for the day or for 2 days to go to NXT for $10. Listen, you cannot beat a $10 show at NXT at Full Sail when they return.
No.
You cannot.
Best deal in the world. $10 for 3 hours of wrestling. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, if you're ever in Orlando and they're on a Wednesday, go check it out for sure.
I'm telling you. Listen. By the time you leave there, you're gonna have to change your pants.
Stop it. It is good. And if you're lucky, we'll let you sit next to us, probably front row, because let's be honest, we're front row every week.
Oh, dude, we got so good. We got so good at it. We would just point. And the lady would go, okay, go ahead.
So we actually show up 20 minutes after everyone sat because we're at the ale house doing drinks and shots. And then we just walk in after everyone's sitting and we're like, hey, we'll sit there. And we got to figure it out.
We get dirty looks from everybody like, oh, you guys think that you're the shit?
Why are they there?
They're there every week. Why are they
always in the front row? Shut up. All right, everyone. I just want to thank everyone for joining us this week. I know there's several of you still on here, but we're going to cut it. We've been going an hour and 20 minutes over our time, but this extra 20 minutes was actually the best 20 minutes we had in the show as far as it goes. So we will be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Vince and myself, and potentially Yeti, potentially not Yeti. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Over 200 comments made this week.
Guys, keep it going. Keep it coming. Make sure you check us out next week. Check us out every week here.
Thursday at 9, Facebook, Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're everywhere. World Wrestling Radio. Vince, myself. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. We love you all. Triple H Music to leave.
Is this on? Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple H.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.